Done wrong, left your heart torn. Is that what devils do? Took you so long, where only.
The name of our project is PET Strip Cutter, and our objective is to build a machine that can strip the plastic bottles so we can recycle them and use as a material for creating new craft that we can use in our daily life.
There's nothing I can't.
We want to make social awareness about the importance of recycling so we can use the materials and create something that we can use in our daily life so we can reduce the pollution that is the main problem that we have in the environment, and we have to make something to fix it. In our project, we use PET plastic bottles. These PET plastic bottles are made of polyethylene terephthalate. Its formula is C10H8O4. Before a plastic bottle can be manufactured, the PET must be made. PET is a polymer that is made from petroleum hydrocarbons. It comes from a reaction between terephthalate acid and ethylene glycol. The process to make PET is called polymerization. The PET is heated and placed in a mold which assumes the shape of a long, thin tube. The process by which the plastic is forced into the mold is called injection molding. The tube of PET called parison is then transferred into a second bottle-shaped mold. A thin steel rod, which is called a mandrel, is slid inside the parison where you fill the parison with highly pressured air. And a straight blow molding begins. The mold must be cooled relatively quickly so the newly formed component is set properly. The physical and chemical properties of the plastic bottles are transparency, flexibility, elasticity, permeability, water resistance, electrical resistance, and one chemical property of the plastic bottles is the flammability.
So basically, the only biological process in our project is the obtention of wood. So first of all, you timber the log, then the log is passed through a special machine which cuts the log into special planks. Also, the measurement of these planks depends directly on the type of log you are processing and as well how big the log is itself. Then it is put into trucks in order for it to be processed and distributed all around the world.
The purpose of our project is to cut the PET bottles into little strips. With that, we can make another piece. Another one is to recycle the PET bottles in the world by using them in a different way, such as the strips. We accomplish this because, as you will see in the video, the process of cutting the PET bottles is effective, and by that we are recycling and making another use for the bottles.
Hi, I'm going to talk about some statistics related to our project. Have you realized that 50% of the plastic we just use it once and then we throw it away? Plastic accounts for around 10% of the total waste we generate. And over the last 10 years we have produced more plastic than during the whole last century. Americans threw away 35 billion plastic water bottles every year. And annually, approximately 500 billion plastic bags are used worldwide.
The materials that we used to build the PET strip cutter and to make it work were wood, cinches, glue, staples, a razor, some screws, rails, and a special drill, and also
The benefits of using our project is that first, people are getting conscious of the waste they were having before about PET bottles. So now they're having an habit of recycling more and more. So that gives us that now we are reducing the levels of contamination of PET in the world. But also, people are using that to build new things that are also useful for the humanity.
I personally think that this project will be very useful because we are recycling the plastic bottles that are often thrown to the trash. By that, we are contributing to reduce the contamination in the world, and also we are making another use for the empty plastic bottles.
My conclusion about our project is that it's a very helpful machine that can reduce the pollution of plastic bottles and also to promote the recycling between the families. I really enjoy to build this machine. Also, we have a little problem with the construction, but finally we get our objective and we are very happy with it.
My personal conclusion in this project is that if we make this machine in the future, it will help the world to not be contaminated, and also it will help the people to make conscious about it and to take more care of the planet.
In my opinion, this project is a very useful way to reduce the plastic pollution. It helps you to give plastic new uses, and if you don't want to have that plastic anymore, it reduces the space it occupies, so it would be easier to store it until you find a way to get rid of it without polluting. It's a very good way to start the change of taking care of the world.
I really believe that this project will actually help us to raise awareness for the people that don't really know how pollution, especially pet pollution, is constantly harming and affecting the world and all the surrounding environments. This project will help people know and help them have an easier way in order for them to recycle pet bottles in an easy and actually interactive way.
Final conclusion about our STEM project is that I think that we did a pretty good job, and that this project will be needed for recycling and all of that stuff, because we need to help to change the world, because nowadays the world is too contaminated. So I think that this project, the pet strip cutter, it's a very good option for the future, and I think that society will accept